Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of Nerds with Friends. My name is Cody Leach, and as always, I'm joined by Christian Garcia.
It feels like it's been a while when it really hasn't.
I know. Because we met last week, but we're one day late this week.
That's probably what it is.
Yeah, it just feels a little different. Since last we met, Onlyfans reversed their stance on pornography.
I knew it was going. I knew that's how it was going to play out.
Yeah,
and I'm pretty sure that they were just trying to get like better bank accounts or some shit like that. And most banks don't mess with porn.
Right.
And I think that's what it was. And then they're going to wait. What? We're going to lose how much money?
Literally all of it.
I was like, fuck that shit.
Fuck that shit. Butt plugs all day. Yeah, I think from what I was reading, they wanted to expand the platform, make some improvements to it and whatnot, and come up with like sponsored videos and such. And to do that, they needed more capital. And so no one wanted to invest in them because basically all they are is a porn site. Yeah, there's people on there who don't do that, but...
Well, to me, it's
for the most part, it's porn people.
What a slap in the face to your bread and butter, like work employees or whatever you want to call them.
Yeah.
Like, they're the ones who made them who they are, and they're like, all right, now, the moment of inconvenience, we're going to get rid of you. Like,
right.
What they should all do is just get their own site or something, like just move everything. It's like, fuck you, OnlyFans.
Exactly. How frustrated must like actual porn stars be to have not thought of OnlyFans?
Oh no, they just hop on.
Well, they do now, but I mean, for so long they've been underpaid for what they do, right?
Right. Yeah.
Probably. I don't know. I actually don't really know, but I assume, you're literally taking it up the butt, Monday through Friday. And then these OnlyFans girls come along who some of the highest paid ones, like, don't even do crazy stuff. And they're just like, there's lonely people out there who pay $30.
Yeah, I know. I've heard of some girls making like $100,000 a month.
No, there's ones that make $1 million a month.
That wasn't that the movie star, and then everyone got pissed off. I don't remember her name.
I think
it doesn't matter.
I think that Belle Delphine is one of them who made
That's the Bathwater.
The Bathwater one, yeah, okay. Yeah. I think she's British or something.
I don't know.
Dropped out of high school to pursue a career in pornography. Great job.
Hey,
she's
knock on the money.
She's making more money than I ever made.
I'm not gonna knock anyone's hustle. If you could get someone to part with their dollars, then you got a service that's good.
I will knock on some people's hustles, but this one's a pretty legit one. I mean, it's your body. You do what you want with it and make money off of it by all means. But I hate like resellers. That's an argument a lot of people use for resellers. And they're like, can't knock on someone's hustles. I'm like, yeah, I can.
All right,
they're garbage people.
That's fair enough. I could.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, that's the one exception.
Yeah, there's probably other ones out there. Human traffickers, I can knock their hustle a little bit.
Oh, that's true. All right.
Right?
You've opened my eyes, Cody.
Yeah, glad. If we've opened your eyes, make sure you click like and subscribe down at the bottom, or follow us on all the social medias and whatnot.
Stuff.
You can also support the show at patreon.com/nerdswithfriends. Help buy us some brand new mic cables, which we have now. Look at these black and white
Thank
ones.
you, everyone.
They've got the little cloth on it, and that specifically came from Patreon money. So thank you, patrons.
I guess we can't be mad at the other cables. They've lasted years.
Yeah, they lasted a good long time for sure. Ever since we got the Rodecaster, in fact. So it's been quite some time. We got our $25 out of them or whatever it was. But yeah, we invested in some nice ones. These ones have like little cloth on the outside. They're pretty nice. Who knows? They were still cheap, so it's hard. The funny thing about cables, for instrument cables or audio cables, whatever, there's like such a huge gap. They're either like $1 a piece or they're like $75 a piece. And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know how much difference they actually make, but
Well, you're the audiophile. I'm the fucking, I don't know. Like, this one has like gold in it, which makes fucking noises better. I'm like, oh, okay,
yeah,
whatever.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean there is some science to that for sure. Silver is one of the best conducting metals out there, and one thing that's kind of cool is it doesn't attract radio frequencies, radio waves that fly through the air. So, if you have too much copper in your cables, which most cables are made of copper because it conducts very well, copper also attracts radio waves.
I don't know what the fuck you just said.
Little science factoid for you on Nerds with Friends. Hope you guys enjoyed that. But now that we've gotten all the science and the OnlyFans out of the way, I think we should start the show like we always do with some nerdy confessions, where we confess the things that make us nerds. Lay it on me, Christian. What you got?
I rewatched a movie that I remember liking, but I watched it a long time ago, and I was like, I don't remember much about it, and I rewatched it, and fuck, I fell in love with it again. Valhalla Rising.
Ooh.
With Mads Mikkelsen.
Mads Nicholson or whatever.
Mikkelsen. The guy that I want to play Dr. Doom that'll probably never fucking happen.
Right.
It's really good, and I had a theory about it rewatching. I was like, I wonder if that's... I don't want to say anything because if anyone who watches it, I don't want to implant an idea. Hopefully they get it on their own. But I thought, I was like, oh, maybe this. And then I was reading about it, and it's like the director's never come out and directly said that that's it, but everyone kind of feels that. It's really good.
Yep.
Watch it. He doesn't speak the whole time. Everyone else is the one speaking. So he is a Viking slave who every day, for whatever reason, they put him up against to fight someone, and he just always murders them.
Nice.
And then he escapes, and then it's awesome. Just watch it. It's great. Highly recommend it.
I've got two quick movie reviews, rapid fire for you, just to tag onto yours. I watched The Green Knight.
Oh, I watched that too.
Did not care for it.
Really?
Did not care for
it. It was really good.
I think it was beautifully shot, but it was terribly edited.
Okay.
The whole movie could have been 45 minutes long instead of 2 hours and 15 minutes or whatever it was.
Sure.
And all the good parts of it were shown in the trailer.
I don't know. Do you know the actual legend of the story?
Yeah. It's all about Sir Gawain, who's the nephew of King Arthur, and
right.
And Morgan Le Fay was his mother, I guess, right?
She was the one who was pulling all the strings. Yeah.
But it just, to me, it was the entire time it was just a cinematographer jerking himself off. It was like, oh, here's Gawain, leaving the kingdom. We're just going to stay on this for 10 minutes as he just rides his horse slowly through a barren countryside. Pretty cool. I mean, it looked great. Don't get me wrong. I think it could definitely win an award for cinematography, set design, things like that. But as an entertaining movie, it was just, I just kept waiting for something to happen.
The only thing that made me where I was slightly annoyed is when the Green Knight tells him, wherever you strike me in a year, I'm going to strike you back. And they even said...
He immediately chops his head off.
Yeah, it's why wouldn't you just, cut his cheek or something?
Yeah, just, poke him in the arm or something, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I was just why would you do that? That was the only thing. But no, it was beautifully shot. I thought the acting was great.
The acting was great when there was more than one person on the screen. I just thought there could have been more to it. I was expecting, epic fantasy, and it just was, boring.
That's fair. I still enjoyed it.
The other movie I saw, which was not very good, was Old by M. Night Shyamalan.
I did not watch that. I know what I'm going to get into. What was it? The one, what was it, 17 whatever? What was it called? Where they're all living in a village, or maybe it was called Village.
It was called Village.
Village. Yeah. As soon as he put the year, I'm like, that's not the year. I knew right away. Yeah. I'm like, that's not it.
Yeah, I mean, he's been kind of hit or miss. I really enjoyed Split. I thought Split was a good one.
Split was okay.
Multi-personality thing. But then Glass was a pile of garbage.
Yes.
I really liked The Visit, which was one of those undercover movies where they didn't really put his name on it until at the end you're like, oh shit, it was him. When he was blacklisted by Hollywood. That was really bad. Or no, that movie was actually good. It was good and creepy and stuff. It was kind of almost like a take on a fairy tale type deal / horror movie. So I enjoyed that one.
I think my favorite one is Signs, where I could still go. And
Signs was great. Yeah, I enjoyed Signs, Unbreakable, Sixth Sense. Those 3 for sure were awesome. Old though, one thing that it really made me realize is that M. Night Shyamalan does not know how to write dialogue.
I don't know. Signs was good.
Signs is great. And it could have been from any number of reasons. That was Mel Gibson, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, Mel Gibson and Joaquin Phoenix. It could be that those two guys are just seasoned actors who just maybe improv'd it and they happened to get great dialogue out of them. But if you watch The Last Airbender for sure, and then if you watch Old.
I watched The Last Airbender,
so
but
bad.
I think my mind erased it.
It's so bad. It. Yes. That's what happens in trauma. But yeah, there's the premise of Old is that there's these people on a beach together who,
and then they get old fast.
And then they get old really fast. And there's like, there's a couple little kids with them who they get old really fast. One of the little kids gets pregnant after she becomes old. There's all sorts of weird, like, interesting stuff in there.
You know what? Spoiler warning. Where's the button?
Oh, yeah.
Just hit me with the stupid twist because I'm not going to watch it.
Okay, so the twist of Old is that there's a natural phenomenon that causes people to age on this beach, right?
Okay.
And there's a group of scientists who purposely send people to this beach so they can try out, do like drug trials on them for certain diseases. Because every one of the people there had a certain ailment that comes up from becoming older, right? One lady had a tumor, one guy had like dementia, Alzheimer's, whatever. And so what they do is, they're sending them on tour there from a 5-star resort hotel. At the hotel, they slip them some of the drug, and then they see how the drug is effective. So they can go over years and years of clinical trials in a single day.
That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
It's really dumb. And basically, but the dialogue is terrible. There's a bunch of people just talking to each other on the beach, and it's so bad. One was like, he's like, my name is so-and-so, and this is what I do for a living. I'm telling you this so that you will trust me and understand me. And I'm like, that's a line from this movie. And rather than like introducing these characters and who they are or whatnot, one of the little kids has this fun little quirk where he just goes up to them and is like, what's your name? What's your name and occupation? And they're like, oh, my name's Daniel. I'm a nurse. Oh, cool. Nice to meet you, Daniel. And then he runs away. And I'm like, this is how he shoehorned in all these characters. It's really bad.
That sounds really bad.
Yeah. So the two kids escape. Two of the kids, the brother and sister, they escape by swimming out to the ocean through this coral reef, and the coral counteracts whatever's making people age faster.
I really don't understand how he can get money for these movies.
Yeah.
Sure. I guess it's a fucking coin flip because you're either going to get signs or you're going to get fucking old, or
right.
whatever. So, that's if I had all this money and someone's like, hey, I got a movie. All right, cool. Who is it? M. Night Shyamalan.
No, thank you.
Ooh, yeah, no, I'm going to pass.
No, thank you. Let's get someone who's constantly good. You know?
No.
Let's get a Denis Villeneuve or whatever his name is from Dune and 2049. Let him make a movie.
I know we talked about it before, but 2049 was so beautifully shot. It was such a great movie. It really, it's a bummer that it didn't do as well.
I know
that it should have.
That movie was amazing.
It's like Dr. Sleep. It was so great. It's like, dude,
I know
it didn't fucking do what it should have done.
Unlike The Green Knight, which was a piece of garbage.
Which is gonna do fantastic.
Yeah. It's one thing that's funny is I looked up the Rotten Tomatoes on it. The critics, it's 87% or something like that. Fans or audience, it's 49%. So I think I'm in with the fans, That's not my full nerdy confession though. Those are just a couple quick little movies that never really got to talk about, but I figure I'd let people know. My real nerdy confession is I actually put down a deposit on a hotel room for a Depthicon.
For what?
For a Depthicon, which is it's a wargaming board game miniature painting convention in Chicago.
Is there competitions?
There is a competition. There's the Golden Demon, which is the biggest miniature painting.
You can do it?
I'm going to do it.
Nice.
I have to start planning now and start painting it now because it's so crazy.
That's not cheating?
No. You can once you know the rules and stuff. You people spend 200, 300 hours on their competition entries. I will not be spending that much time on it. That's for sure. And I don't anticipate placing or anything, but I think it would be a good, experience. I really want to see what everyone else does and see it in person and kind of thing. So it's one thing to look at Instagram photos of a badass miniature piece, but then to see it in person and see that it's only this little big.
So where is it? Where's it located?
Chicago.
Nice. So anyone in Chicago listening, Cody will be out there.
I'll be out there. I think I put the deposit down on the hotel room because I knew they were going to run out quickly. The tickets haven't gone on sale or anything yet. So I don't know. I'm still planning out. I got to find someone to go with me. But it should be a fun experience, It'll be the first convention I've gone to in 2 years. Which
I know. Fuck, man. It's insane.
Yeah.
And who even knows if next year Comic-Con will be out? Fucking Delta variant shit going around.
Who knows? Only time will tell. All right. Well, that does it for Nerdy Confessions. Let's take a quick break, and when we come back, we are going to be talking about the multiverse, specifically the Marvel multiverse. We'll be right back. And we're back. All right. So I figured today we would talk a little bit about the multiverse, specifically the Marvel multiverse. Since our last episode, we had the teaser for No Way Home, SpiderMan No Way Home come out. We've also had a couple more episodes of the old Marvel What If.
See.
We've watched all of Loki.
Yes.
And the multiverse is just shitting all over us. It's just all
full fucking swing.
All over us.
What are we starting with?
Well, let's talk a little bit about the multiverse. What is it? Where did it come from? And kind of some of the broad strokes concepts out there.
So in the Marvel universe, there's a bunch of parallel. It's kind of like the Dark Tower for anyone's read it. There's parallel universes.
More people will know about Marvel than the Dark Tower.
There's parallel universes all happening at the same time. Every now and then, someone might cross over to another. Doesn't happen too much. But pretty much everyone stays in their lane. But what they've done here is that it's one constant universe that when, what's his name? Kang was controlling. And now that it's messed up, they're all branching out. Mm-hmm. Which is, I don't mind that they're doing that way. But if they're going to go and fix the timeline again, there may not be a whole lot of branches. I would have preferred if they kept it parallel, because then they could have just at any point just jumped around, but I don't know. We'll see.
I know. It's an interesting topic. I think in the Marvel universe, it kind of started off with the What If series, which I think started in like 1977. And it was just like, what if Spider-Man joined the Fantastic Four?
Yeah.
What if,
Although in Earth 616, he did join for a little bit.
Yeah. The
616 is the main universe.
That's the core Marvel Comics universe. Marvel Cinematic Universe is actually Earth 1999999 or something like that.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's weird.
Yeah, I don't know. They're random designations. They don't actually mean anything really. And so it started off as just a fun exercise, like, what if alternate reality this happened. And since then, it's kind of morphed into different things. Like there's the Ultimates universe, which was kind of a
which I never liked.
Never enjoyed. There was
other than they made Samuel Jackson
Nick Fury. That was a good move. That was the best part of that universe. But it was like a universe. I don't know what the actual foundation of it was, but it was like a more modern imagining of some of our favorite characters and stuff. That's where we got the World War II cap with the fighter helmet and the goggles and stuff like that.
That was a cool design.
There was some cool designs, and their storylines just weren't great. There's the Marvel Zombies, which is a parallel universe where
I've read most of those. I think I might own most of those.
I think I did all the first one. I don't know if I did any of the.
It gets. There's an episode that's going to be in What If, but I'm wondering if they're going to go as gory as the comics, because the comics were pretty fucking gory.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to go that crazy on it. It is Disney after all. And so, there's been multiple versions of it now. And so you're right. I think in the cinematic universe, they're kind of going the alternate timeline route, where I think the concept is for each separate decision that is made, there's multiple possibilities, right? So the whole premise of the Loki show was that they don't let the Hulk in the elevator, so he punches Iron Man and knocks the Tesseract out of his hand, and Loki steals it.
Yep.
That didn't happen in the main timeline, so it branched off and created a variant timeline, which normally the TVA kind of pruned and kept in order, so they didn't exist, but now there's all sorts of them going off. So it's kind of interesting that's kind of the take on it, where they're not parallel universes. They're ones that branched off of various instances in the normal timeline. So now I'm sure a lot of smarter people out there could explain that better than I just did. But It's interesting to see what happens, and I think now the Marvel Cinematic Universe is starting to have the repercussions of that. The first being Loki. That's where everything kind of started. It was also referenced briefly in like Ant-Man and Doctor Strange with the quantum realm and the multiple dimensions that Doctor Strange went through during his like spirit journeys or whatever he calls them. So we've had hints at it, but now in Spider-Man specifically, we see that he goes to Doctor Strange and he's like, "Please make them forget that I'm Peter Parker."
So I am a little scared, to be honest, with how well the movie's going to do. Well, maybe not how well the movie's going to do, but how fans are going to react. Because there are theories, and people are throwing out theories and theories and theories, and I feel like this is going to be like one of the Frankenstein monsters of Marvel, where I don't like. They're obviously not going to be able to put in what all these fans are theorizing, and I feel like they're going to be disappointed, and like I'm scared that the movie might not do as well, and then I don't know, maybe like some decline of Marvel films. I hope it doesn't happen, but people are throwing out a crazy amount of theories.
Well, I think like just like when WandaVision came out, right?
Mephisto.
Everyone had these crazy theories, and yeah, it didn't happen. But it wasn't a bad show.
No, it was a great show.
At the end of the day, like I still enjoyed it, and I've actually gone back and watched it again. But it's like it'll be interesting to see how they cram all of this into one movie, because it seems like it could be an entire series worth of
for sure, for as much as they're throwing in. I mean, hopefully it's 2.5 hours, but
hopefully we'll see what happens.
So one of the theories with Doctor Strange, like they don't think it's Doctor Strange, because he's like wearing like a hoodie and like sweats. I'm like, when have you ever seen Doctor Strange wear something like that? And he's like, why is the his house full of snow? And like, maybe it's Mephisto. I'm like, I don't see how you connect. Like, the dude's from hell. Like, I think the last thing we'd want would be fucking snow.
Maybe you would. Maybe it's a nice change of pace.
Just chill out.
Yeah.
And he's like, why would Doctor Strange would not do that spell after Wong told him not to do it?
Well, one thing with the multiverse theory is that if there's multiple alternate realities, there's a sorcerer supreme in each one protecting each one of them.
Right.
There's also randomly a Captain Britain in each one of them. I read that today too.
Oh, nice.
There's one to protect the British Isles in each universe.
That's his job.
And Merlin protects all of them.
Okay.
Interesting, right?
Interesting. It's a
weird hero to put your foot down on, right? But yeah, I mean, obviously we only learned so much from this trailer. It's not even a full trailer; it's a teaser. But we saw Doc Ock.
Well, the only one we have confirmed is Doc Ock.
Well, we saw a pumpkin bomb also.
We did see a pumpkin bomb, but we didn't. I'm going by what my eyeballs saw, so we know for sure Doc Ock.
Yeah.
Do I want to see William Dafoe as a Green Goblin? Fuck yeah, but I'm not gonna go in expecting it.
Did you see what Jeremy from Age of Radio hinted at? He thinks it's gonna be Ned, his buddy.
It could be.
He's gonna be the Goblin.
Some people think that he's gonna be the Hobgoblin.
That'd be kind of cool.
So I mean, we don't know.
I'm down. I'm down for anything. But yeah, we did see Doc Ock, who's been de-aged and stuff, which I thought looked pretty good, at least from what we saw.
I thought he looked older.
Well, I mean, he is older.
Yeah, I mean,
but they did some digital, de-aging and stuff to his face.
Maybe I didn't notice.
Yeah, I'm excited.
They're theorizing Electro because there was a scene with electricity, but we didn't see him.
Right, but I think Jamie Foxx is signed on to that movie.
Okay, I don't know.
Yeah, there's a bunch of people who are signed on, maybe, but it's all it's still just the rumor mill for sure.
The big monster that crashes in the back, everyone says is the lizard. I heard someone say that it could possibly be Venom. Now, if it was Venom, that would be a fucking smart move.
Right.
Because it's Sony finally playing ball. We finally get Venom in there, and then, with Carnage, I doubt we'll see Tom Holland in it, but there's a possibility of it.
Right.
Which is fucking Venom without Spider-Man is just fucking weird.
It's weird, yeah, because the whole point of Venom is that he's like an anti-hero to Spider-Man. And the reason why he has the white spider on his chest.
Because Spider-Man had him first, and he had him for a long time.
Yeah, exactly. So, I don't know. It could be either one. I tried rewatching it a couple times with, playing with the contrast on my TV
you can't
and stuff.
Tell.
It's so hard, yeah. It's just some blobby alien looking thing. So it could be either one of those ones, or someone new that we haven't seen yet. Maybe it's a Scorpion or something. I don't know. But yeah, I'm excited about the prospects of it. I'm interested to see how they kind of tie in Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire.
It's not confirmed, and they're still denying it.
Of course, Marvel denies everything until it actually happens.
I have a feeling that it probably will happen, only because when Doc Ock reveals himself, he says, "Hello, Peter."
Yeah.
Why would he know that Tom Holland would be Peter? He would have no idea.
Right.
He would only know his Spider-Man. So I'm assuming that Peter Parker is there. Or unless maybe he sees the outfit and he just assumes it is.
Right.
I don't know, but
yeah, that's true. I mean, he could be talking to his particular Peter. And one thing too is do you think we're actually going to get Spider-Man, suited up Spider-Mans for Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire? Or
it'd be weird if they weren't suited up.
You don't think they could just be maybe Tobey Maguire's a washed up Peter Parker?
Maybe.
Just lost everything.
Peter B. Parker? Just the...
Yeah, the super sad, fat one. I mean, it's interesting. I'm glad that they're actually leaning into this because, we talked about this before. The original Avengers, if you had told me when I was a little kid that they would make a $150 million, $200 million movie that featured Captain America, Iron Man, the Hulk, Thor, Black Widow, and Hawkeye, all together in one movie that had 4 previous movies before it, leading up to it, I would tell you you're crazy.
Yeah, for sure.
And that seemed like the most mind-boggling movie move that could ever happen. Then Endgame happened, and it's you thought those 5 or 6 superheroes were awesome. How about every single superhero ever? Just throwing them in there.
Yeah.
And then now it's oh yeah, well now there's multiple universes. Remember those other Spider-Man movies you liked? They're in here too. It's so crazy to think that they actually took that leap, and that's kind of where they're going. The only thing I worry about is I'm worried about how they're going to tie all of this into one cohesive story.
Kang. Conquer.
Yeah, but is it just going to be Kang poking in and they're defeating different versions of Kang? What is forgive the pun, but what is the end game for it? You know what I mean? Are they going to have to team up and fight him across multiple realities and stuff like that?
Oh, that's interesting, where the other ones are still helping out.
Right. So, could we get a Chris Evans as a Human Torch?
I don't think he'll sign back on.
That would be fucking sick.
It would be, but I don't think they would.
I don't think they would either. And what's her name? Jessica Alba. Jessica Alba is the Invisible Woman. It would be interesting, because they do own 20th Century Fox now. Mm-hmm. So they literally, if they wanted to, they could bring in a Hugh Jackman from the alternate X-Men universe kind of thing.
I mean, that would be amazing, but Hugh Jackman's getting older. It would have to be
he's still ripped as fuck.
He's still ripped as fuck for sure. I mean, but it would have to be something closer to Logan,
Right, exactly. Like an old man Logan. Yeah. I would be down for. This has nothing to do with the multiverse, but did you see that they're considering the guy from Breaking Bad to be Professor X? Or
Pinkman?
What?
Jesse Pinkman?
Why would, of all the people in Breaking Bad, why would you think of him? Even Bryan Cranston is bald in the entire show.
I was thinking, young Professor X, like they did with McAvoy.
No, I forget his name, Giancarlo something, the guy from Mandalorian.
Yeah. Carlo.
Los Pollos Hermanos.
Yes. That's funny because I'm actually rewatching Breaking Bad right now.
Yeah, yeah. Some people are saying they might tap him to be Professor X.
I'd be down. He's such a great actor.
He's so good.
Although I've always see him as a villain. It'd be interesting to see him as a hero.
Exactly. I think he could be a very stoic Professor X kind of thing. But I think this new Spider-Man movie is really going to set up the true Phase 4. I can't see Shang-Chi or the Eternals. Maybe the Eternals though might have something to do with this, but I doubt it. I don't know. It just seems like we're getting, now that we've passed Black Widow, we're getting another 2 movies that might not have really anything to do with this.
I remember the time. I remember reading when Shang-Chi's supposed to take place, but I don't remember. I think it's right after Iron Man 3. I think it's like right after the fake Mandarin. Yeah. So I don't know. But I can't tell you for certain. But I know it has the time as one of the Spider-Mans. But they're also gonna. I mean, they're introducing him obviously because he's gonna be in the more phases. So
right.
I mean, they can't go too far back. So I don't know.
Yeah. Well, they're also gonna. I mean, maybe at the end of Shang-Chi he gets like freaking dusted or whatever. Thanos snapped, and then it's him coming back.
That would be a good reason of why. No, but it was 5 years? He'd be gone. He wouldn't age.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Doesn't really matter. It's just it's a bummer that we have to wait till Christmas to like really get into Phase 4 of Marvel, because the Eternals. One thing that's kind of cool about the Eternals is they are leaning into the Celestials a little bit, which is kind of cool.
I'm curious if this is how they're going to introduce the mutants. Like I don't know, because it wasn't the Celestials that made the mutant gene, I believe. So I don't know if that's one of the angles they're going to do, because they have to bring in mutants sooner, or at least start, the process of introducing mutants.
Right, and I think, maybe that's part of the reason why they're doing the multiverse angle, is that by doing this, you can have
mutants in one,
mutants in one, then Fantastic Four in another. Like maybe in Fantastic Four's universe, there was no Avengers, and so this team of scientists, banded together after their accident or whatever, and they're the ones protecting New York and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Fucking dropping gold ideas all the time, man. For free.
And what's kind of cool about that, doing it that way, is that you make it so that these characters can have history,
right?
And that they're not like brand new characters. You can make it so Professor X has had multiple classes of the X-Men. We just don't know about them,
right? And
then we start in the middle, and they're just going on adventures. You know what I mean? I think it's kind of an interesting take on it.
So, did you hear the theory that why people think that Daredevil is going to be in the movie? It's where
because he needs a lawyer.
Exactly, but it's there's a scene in the trailer where Peter is sitting down, and you see a guy with some files in front, and like you just see a hairy arm, and like that's the guy from Daredevil. That's his hairy arm.
That's Charlie Cox's arm.
Yeah, he's like, really? Like you're gonna go? That's your proof that he's in it. I mean, don't get me wrong. I hope he is, but
I think there's pictures of him on set. I mean,
it'd be great.
Yeah, I'm fucking down. I want him to be Daredevil.
Right.
I just want a Daredevil like movie or series or something. Just God.
That show was so good.
It was so good. I think Daredevil, especially season 1 and 2, but Daredevil season 3 was also excellent. I think that might be my favorite like Marvel property. It's so good.
Well, those fight scenes like where the long cuts were amazing.
Yeah.
Like I haven't seen it in a Marvel movie like a fight scene that great.
And it really showed like the lower level, the ones that they're not out there saving the world, but they are out there protecting people and taking care of the city and stuff. I really enjoyed the hero for hire kind of thing. So where do you want the multiverse to take us? Like, what's something you want, because there's all these infinite universes out there, there's infinite possibilities of what they could bring in and what they could make happen in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. What's something you would want to bring in?
I mean, mutants would be great, because it's a big part of Marvel, and it hasn't been touched at all. And from what I said, years ago, but we're going to get soon, is vampires. That'd be great. Right. Which we're going to get Blade, which is awesome. Mm-hmm. Which have they started production on that? It's been announced for a while.
Yeah, they announced it 2 years ago at Comic-Con. I don't know if
it's not even this phase, is it?
No, I don't. Well, it might be this phase, but it might be towards the end of it or something.
Yeah, so I'm Midnight Suns would be great. Which they just did a game. It looks Have you seen the costume designs for that?
No.
It looks terrible.
Of Midnight Suns?
Yeah, it looks fucking.
Oh, is it in that Marvel mobile game?
Yeah. I think I don't know if it's a mobile game. I don't know if it's a PC game, but like what they did to Ghost Rider is a fucking crime. It's really fucking bad.
Yeah.
It's like a skull helmet with like fire coming out of it.
Oh.
Yeah, it's really fucking. I'll show you later, but
Yeah, that's the worst. That's one thing that's so funny to me is like there's these games that come out and it's like they've obviously scored the being able to use the Marvel characters, right? So they're obviously paying up the ass to Marvel and Disney, but even though they've spent all this money, they decide to go with like the most ass looking costume designs ever.
Right there. Well, I don't know if that's a good one, but look at that shit
here. I don't know. It's a video. I mean, that doesn't look terrible.
No, that's fucking bad.
That's what Robbie Reyes looks like. That's not Johnny Blaze.
Go up. Look at the full lineup. Maybe you can zoom in on this.
Maybe I can zoom in on this one. Let's. No, please.
I don't like it, man.
Yeah, I don't like that he has like future looking stuff. It doesn't look great. Captain America looks like ass. Wolverine looks all right, I guess. Iron Man's Iron Man. Who's that? Hela?
No, I don't know.
I don't know who that is. But yeah, it's definitely not good. The Captain America shield.
You don't make him look Roman. Like, bro, he's American.
You don't have to fuck with perfection. Like, you know what I mean? Like, the Captain America shield specifically is such a it's such an iconic symbol. Like, why do you mess with it? But yeah, here's kind of a fan thing. See, that's him from that's
fine. That's fine. That's a skull, but the other one looks like a weird fused fucking helmet thing.
Yeah, not a fan. Not a fan. But here's probably a better picture of it. Yeah, it's not. Oh, come on, internet. It's definitely not good. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Is that Blade?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got like.
Why are you making him smile? What the fuck's he smiling for?
Yeah, see, he's got like texture on here that matches this. It's like he's got runes. Why does he have runes?
It's weird. I don't like it.
I don't care like for it. And I really don't like that Wolverine. Look at his fucking stupid face.
Yeah.
And his claws have like hooks on them. Get out of here. Why do you do this?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. The design team should have been shot.
Yeah. I just don't.
And whoever okayed it should be shot.
That's one thing that's so funny is that, like I said, you get the Marvel property and you're like, hey, we paid up the ass to Disney, but we get to make our game now. And then the character design, they're just like, whatever.
I want to know what other shit ideas didn't fucking make it.
Yeah. If that's the best that you guys came up with, what were the ones that didn't cut the mustard? It's probably that one. Remember that variant cover I showed you of Wonder Woman where she's got like mom jeans on and she's got a big old like mom butt?
No, but now I need to see it.
Yeah, so stupid. It's like, they're trying to make the more woke comics. I bet if I type in woke Wonder Woman cover, it's going to show up. Boom, there it is.
Oh, she thick.
She thick as hell. Well, yeah, so Wonder Woman 1984 variant woke cover is what this person calls it. Yeah, she's got like mom jeans on. She's like, her hair is like space and her skin's like purple. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's fine, but
this is great podcast content.
It doesn't
for
look
those
like
who aren't watching this on YouTube.
Another reason to watch on YouTube because I'll be putting pictures of all this stuff. In fact, I should have been saving those instead of just looking at them. I think you're right. I think Mutants is definitely a big part of the Marvel universe that we're missing.
Fantastic Four would be.
Fantastic Four definitely needs to come in. I like the angle though that the supernatural side of things needs to come in because we've kind of, we've dealt with space and cosmic stuff with Guardians of the Galaxy, Thanos.
And even though Doctor Strange has been around for a little bit, we haven't really touched too much on it. He's had one god enemy. That's about it.
Right. Yeah. Dormammu is really the only one he's ever really dealt with. And so I'd like to see more of like, the supernatural aspect of it, like the demons and ghosts and
and I think
afterlife
now
type stuff.
With the Scarlet Witch getting her full powers, it's probably going to happen.
Yeah, I think Multiverse of Madness is going to delve into that. So
I know I'm going to be expecting a lot of the multiverse stuff in Spider-Man, but I know it's probably it's obviously going to be in it, but it's not going to be as deep as Multiverse of Madness or whatever it's titled. Like that's the one I'm really fucking excited for, because they're saying it's gonna be a horror movie, which I'm fucking down.
Right. Well, Sam Raimi's directing.
I know which is gonna be fucking amazing.
Could be
like
good.
even with Spider-Man with Doc Ock, like even though it wasn't a horror movie, when Doc Ock got his claws and like he was like going around killing the doctors, even though he showed no blood, it felt like a horror movie. It was shot like a horror movie, so I'm really excited.
Right. I saw one thing online saying that the when they show his Doc Ock arms in the trailer, that they're glowing red, which means that the inhibitor chip has control of them or whatever. When he gets like corrupted in Spider-Man 2. So could be that they save him again in this one. So
I'm wondering if like how he made it there was when his device that he made broke, and like somehow that made like a pocket, and he was able to jump over. I'm wondering if that's it, or if when. I think they're gonna do Peter messed up Doctor Strange while doing the spell, and then like shit just got out of whack. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure. It's very interesting, like how they're going to explain exactly what happened to make them travel through this. Like we see Doctor Strange and Spider-Man, like doing all sorts of Doctor Strangey type things, but we don't really know what the plot is for this. Right? Are we gonna get Madam Webb?
That would be fucking amazing.
That would be fucking sick.
That would be amazing. That would be dope. Even if like you just see her in one of the realms, like just sitting in her chair, like watching, because like that would be.
Or in like one of Doctor Strange's books as he's like paging through or something. That'd be tight. Yeah. I think that one thing that's kind of cool about this multiverse is it does really open up a bunch of doors to us. So hopefully we'll be getting some, X-Men we know is coming eventually. Fantastic Four we know is coming eventually. It's just a question of, are they going to start showing up in like after credit scenes of these? Because now that we're fully on back in the movies, we got to be looking for these after credit scenes.
Oh, for sure.
See what's what little teasers they're going to have at the end of these things.
Did you see who they picked for Submariner?
No, did they actually announce it?
Yeah, it's a Mexican guy.
Oh.
His name is like Tenoch. That's how fucking he's got an Aztec name.
Man, I really wanted the guy from Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift. I thought he was.
I just remember seeing that. I was like, I gotta tell Cody.
Yeah. Tenoch Huerta.
I told you.
What the fuck?
And his cousin is also Mexican. I was like, yo.
I mean,
Atlantis is in Mexico.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean. I guess it's okay. I don't know.
This is what I wanted to happen on the podcast. I want to see your reaction on camera.
Look at, like, I forget what that guy's name is from. He's from Tokyo Drift. He would have been perfect because his name is Brian T.
He's older now. That's the only thing.
That's probably true. He's got to have like a son or something. But goddamn, look at him.
Nah, yeah.
What a handsome man.
Wasn't he like in a Speedo in the Wolverine movie where he was in Japan?
Maybe.
I think he was all yoked up.
Yeah, I mean, I just typed in Brian T. Speedo.
Look, someone else thought he should have been Namor too. Look.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. I'm definitely not alone. I think it's his eyebrows that really do it. You know what I mean? Like, especially in this picture. Look at this one.
Oh, for sure.
Fucking Namor eyebrows. That other guy does not have the Namor eyebrows for sure. But who knows? He could be great. I've never heard of him. I'm still on Fast and Furious. Tenoch Huerta. He is a Mexican actor. He has appeared in a number of movies in Latin America. I don't recognize any of these.
It's probably like, we have some diversity, but we don't have any Mexicans.
We don't have
anywhere in this Marvel universe.
That's
We're just
true.
going to shoehorn him into Submariner.
Yeah, he hasn't really. He was on Narcos Mexico. Maybe that's where where they kind of picked him from. Yeah, who knows? Maybe he'll be good. I'm not going to hate on him, but When I think Namor, it definitely doesn't look like this dude for sure.
He's very tanned for being underwater all the time.
yeah, right. Just like, dude, how do you get so tan? Oh, I'm
sun.
Yeah,
sun in the water.
It's like I don't think that's true.
I'm by a volcano. There's a volcano, and I got a little toasty in there.
Yeah. My name is Namor.
Namor. You say amor? No, Namor.
Te amo, Namor. But hey, makes sense why Sue Storm always had the little side hots for him, because now he's a spicy Latin man. That's I think that's what I'm hoping for this the multiverse thing, is bringing more of these properties in and some weirder stuff. Like I really want Silver Surfer and Galactus. Like I've been waiting for that to be done well for so long.
I actually like the design of Silver Surfer.
Silver Surfer I thought was good in Fantastic Four 2, Rise of the Silver Surfer. I thought like he looked great.
He looked great.
Like his power and the surfing all looked good. But the story was garbage sauce, and they made Galactus into a giant cloud.
I think it's going to be a while before they bring Silver Surfer, because he's a god. He's like a demigod. So,
he's very powerful in the world of Marvel. I wouldn't be surprised if they like maybe had him pop in a post-credit scene in like Captain Marvel 2, and he just surfs up to her while she's floating in space. He's like, he's coming, and then it's like Galactus.
Yeah, I mean, if you wanted to make like Captain Marvel look bad, like, or at least because right now I feel super overpowered. She's one of the most overpowered ones. But if you had Silver Surfer just come up and just like touch her and boop, like her powers are gone. Like,
I mean, shit on her with the surfboard.
I mean, it'd be a great way of just like kind of like nerfing her a little bit.
Yeah, I really want more cosmic stuff, because like Guardians of the Galaxy was so good, and continues to be so good, And then Thor Ragnarok was amazing too. So like I feel like the Marvel universe in the cosmic realm has been killing.
The Thor movie, I'm also I know I'm gonna love it, but if Hercules is not in it, I'm gonna be so disappointed.
Hey, that's another thing that this multiverse could definitely bring, is all the Greek god.
Well, so didn't Russell Crowe come and say, "Oh, I'm playing Zeus in the Marvel movie"?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure he said it, and I think they were upset with him.
Russell Crowe is drunk most of the time.
So that means he told the truth.
I mean,
what is it? Venus Veratus? Wine comes truth.
Yeah, or he could just be making stuff up. That's what I do when I'm drunk. I just make up stories.
I don't know. I mean, I really want Hercules, man, because he would be fucking awesome.
Hey, he could show up in Love and Thunder for sure.
He's one of my favorites, like of the characters that a lot of people don't follow.
Mm-hmm.
And in the comics, they always do a great job of making him like he's fucking funny, and like sometimes not on purpose, but there could be a lot of great fucking gags with him.
Oh, 100%. I think that's a definite possibility with some of these multiverse things coming up, is that we could get like the other, the Greek gods, leaking into them. Like they're another society just like the Asgardians, but they're like not so in your face.
You know what?
It.
I feel, thinking about it, I feel like they have to be in it, because the new villain, I forgot his name, it's with a G. But it's
the God Slayer or whatever.
He's the God Killer. Yeah.
God Killer, yeah.
He has the sword that can slay gods, and like
Christian
he's going
Bale.
around. Yeah, he's going around killing gods.
Yeah.
So they're going to have to introduce some more.
Yeah, that might be cool. See Ares and Hercules and those guys. That'd be tight. Well, let us know, guys, what multiverse, different alternate realities do you want to see in Marvel, and do you think we're right? Do you think we nailed it with, the Spider-Man predictions? Only time will tell. But you can drop us a comment down in the bottom and let us know what you think. We love to hear those. You can check out all of our information at nerdswithfriendspodcast.com. You can also become a patron of the show and help support us at patreon.com/nerdswithfriends. And thank you to our patrons again for your support. Here's your names, and thank you for these new bitchin' mic cables. We do appreciate those.
Yeah, send more money. Cody needs headphones.
Yeah, exactly. I just need a new headphone cable. That's really what it is. Christian, I hope you're as juiced for Spider-Man as I am.
Oh, yeah.
I'm very excited. To all the nerds out there, remember, you're not alone. You're with friends. This is Nerds with Friends. Thank you, and good night.